Senate asked military to redeploy personnel equipment to Borno, Yobe State following resurgence of Boko Haram attacks. House of Reps rejects constitutional amendment bill seeking to rotate the office of the president. And court dismissed Ganduje suit challenging court's jurisdiction to hear corruption case against him. And on the foreign scene, U.S. President Donald Trump says he plans to lift sanctions on Syria. Good evening. This is News at 7 on Western Spring Television. I am Femi Ojo, and we apologize for the little delay. The Senate has asked the military to urgently redeploy personnel and advanced equipment to Borno and Yobe State following a resurgence of attacks by Boko Haram terrorists in the areas. Insurgent attacks recently resurfaced in the northeast region, including the killing of over a dozen soldiers in Marte town of the Mongono local government area on Monday, and another assault earlier today on Gajiram, the headquarters of the Ngazai local government area. In a motion raised by the Senate Chief Whip Tahir Mongono, lawmakers noted that while 2/3 of the local government areas in Borno were once under Boko Haram control, collaborative efforts between the Nigerian military and the civilian joint task force had reclaimed the territories. Expressing concern over the militants' evolving tactics, Senator Mongono highlighted the use of modern technologies by the group, including drones, and an increase in the deployment of improvised explosive devices, which have led to high civilian and military casualties. The Senate then resolved to urge the military high command to swiftly redeploy sufficient troops to the northeast and ensure they are adequately equipped with modern technology to effectively combat the renewed threat.
Note that a few years ago, 2/3 of the local government areas in Borno were under the control of Boko Haram, but with the concerted efforts of the military and civilian joint task force, the areas were reclaimed, restoring freedom and liberty for the residents. Also note that after relative peace was restored in Borno and Yobe State, the military relocated their tactical command of operations to the northwest to address issues of kidnapping and banditry in the region. Further note that on the 12th May 2025, that is on Monday, yesterday, the insurgents attacked and killed more than 12 soldiers in Marte town of Marte local government, not Manguno local government. And earlier this morning, Gajiram, the headquarters of Nganzai local government, was also attacked, thus necessitating the reinforcement.
Meanwhile, Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Zulum has condemned the spate of attacks by Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists in various parts of the state. Recently, the insurgents launched attacks on the Maduguri-Damboa Road, Mate, Chibok, Goza, and Kalabalge, among other communities. Governor Zulum also sympathized with the families of the victims, including those affected by the tragic explosion of an improvised explosive device along the Maduguri-Damboa Road. In a statement by spokesperson Douda Ilia, the Borno governor reaffirmed the state government's commitment to working closely with the federal government, military, and other security agencies to contain the security challenges. And staying with security, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, commends troops of Operation Fasanyama for their commitment and dedication in combating security challenges in the northwestern region. General Musa made the commendation on Tuesday during a civil-military cooperation interactives at 8th Division of the Nigerian Army, Sokoto. Represented by Rear Admiral Olusoya Bankole, Musa warned the troops against indiscipline and complacency in their activities. The defense chief urged them to remain vigilant and committed to civil and military cooperation at all levels, stressing the need to abide by stipulated regulations at all times. He further commended them on the operational achievement recorded by the division under Operation Fasanyama and expressed satisfaction over consistent weekly reports. And down south, women of the Bile community in the Degema local government area of Rivers State staged a protest at the government house, Port Harcourt, demanding the release of 8 students who were abducted by suspected pirates while in a boat traveling from Port Harcourt to Bile to sit for the ongoing WAEC exams. It will be recalled that suspected pirates hijacked 3 boats with various goods and property worth millions of naira and kidnapped 13 passengers in the waterways on May 6. The women under the aegis of concerned people, Billy Kingdom, clad in black attires, displayed several placards and chanted songs to drive home their demands. The women had first marched to the state police headquarters along Moscow Road, Port Harcourt, and later moved to the government house along Azikwe Road, where they terminated the protest. Some of the women who spoke to newsmen alleged that the heavily armed pirates also raped their daughters and disposed of their belongings. And here in Osun State, community stakeholders and security officials have emphasized the need for peaceful resolution of conflict within communities in Osun State. The call was made today at a public hearing on the Osun State Crisis, Communal Management and Peace Building Bill 2025. Toby Sanusi completes the story.
This initiative signifies our commitment to fostering peace and resilience within our diverse communities as we address the challenges that have affected us over time.
That opening remark from the Speaker, Adewale Egbedun, sets the tone for the public hearing on the Osun State Crisis, Communal Management and Peace Building Bill 2025, sponsored by lawmaker representing Osun State constituency, Adewumi Adeyemi. Gathered at the hallowed chamber after a brief plenary session for this public hearing were community stakeholders, representatives of the Nigeria Police Force, Osun State Boundary Commission, religious leaders, among other stakeholders. The bill is coming on the heels of the spate of communal clashes in Ifon, Ilobu, and Erionsho communities. While speaking, the Commissioner of Police, Mohammed Abba, who was represented by ACP Shegun Abifari, condemned killings as a result of communal clashes, stressing that crisis deprives community of development.
What are the causes of these communal classes? We all know it's lack of employment. Our boys are doing nothing. And for the fact that they are doing nothing, they are idle, the next thing they will be thinking is to commit trouble and cause problem. Why are we killing ourselves? For what? We kill ourselves now, at the end of the day, we will not enjoy the resources. The people who are causing this problem, they need to check and know that the people that are sponsoring them, where are their own children? The money that they're supposed to divert in doing a lot of resources and building road and infrastructure, they are not diverting on security. We will not allow the government to concentrate on what to do just because of all these communal classes.
Similarly, senior publicity advisor to the governor on grassroots engagement, Adetunji Ajala, called for an independent fact-finding body to investigate communal crises when they arise.
There should be an independent committee, fact-finding committee, that will not be in that community, who can also look into the matter, because we have seen situations. I can cite different situations. The case of Ife and Imodaike, when it was soft, one of the reasons is that we have outsiders who are involved in the resolving how that the crisis was resolved. So if the commission can be given such a mandate, I think it will help. We should have the more face of the government, but the rules should be well stated so that it won't compromise the outcome of the peace-finding mission.
If passed into law, the bill seeks to provide a framework where communal grievances are addressed peacefully and constructively. Earlier during the plenary session, the lawmakers passed a vote of confidence on Governor Ademola Adeleke for his second-term bid.
When this assembly speaks, Osun State is speaking. Now, a good number of us of assembly members here present at this plenary sitting have spoken on the good performance of the governor based on what they have seen in their various constituencies. So this is also based on what we have seen in Osun State. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to therefore move a motion that we pass a vote of confidence on the governor of Osun State.
I will kindly advise we move a motion motion in support of Mr. Governor's second term bid.
The endorsement is coming in the wake of the defection row that has plagued the People's Democratic Party, PDP, ahead of the 2026 governorship election. Toby Sanusi, Western Spring Television News.
And away from security, the House of Representatives has rejected a constitutional amendment bill seeking to rotate the office of the president and vice president among the 6 geopolitics zones of the country. In addition, the House rejected 6 other constitutional alteration bills listed in the order paper of the House for consideration. It, however, resolved to bring back the bills on Wednesday and consider them on their individual merit. The House had, at the commencement of debate, set aside its rules to allow it to take the constitutional alteration bills simultaneously, while allowing members to choose any of the 7 listed on which they wish to debate on. However, most members chose the bill seeking to rotate the office of the president and vice president among the 6 geopolitical zones, with many members opposing the idea and warning against setting a dangerous precedent with it. Deputy Minority Leader Aliyu Madaki led the opposition to the bill, saying that issues the bill intends to cure has been addressed by the Federal Character Commission, warning that the issue of rotation should not be included in the Constitution, but allowed to remain the way it is. And turning to politics, former Benue State Governor Senator Gabriel Suswam has warned that the People's Democratic Party, PDP, will collapse before the 2027 elections if the party's leaders do not take serious steps to fix its problems. The party has been experiencing gusts of defection, which started when the Delta State Governor Sheriff Obrawari, his predecessor Senator Fanyo Kowa, and other SWA leaders and members of the PDP moved to the All Progressives Congress APC, signifying a turning point in the state's political history. Speaking in an interview on Rise Television today, Suswam said the party is in a critical condition and that people are only waiting to see it end. He explained that many members have lost hope and believe the party might not survive. Suswam, however, said efforts by PDP governors and former governors, led by ex-Senate President Bukola Saraki, may help save the party.
These problems were problems that were openly discussed at the meeting of the governors and the former governors. And it was agreed that some decisions should be taken to see if PDP could be rescued. That is not to say that there are no hiccups along the way. Wike was properly invited into that meeting from what he said by himself, because it was the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum who convened the meeting. And when it was Wike's turn to talk, it alluded to the fact that he was properly invited by the Governors Forum to be in that meeting. Each and every one of us was allowed to talk individually. People are hanging on. And they're hanging on, waiting to see the ultimate end of this party. Whether there's light at the end of the tunnel in the efforts made by Senator Saraki, that will be seen in the next 2 weeks. For now, I would say that PDP, yes. Is he in the hospital? Yes, it's in the hospital. Is he in ICU? To some extent, yes, it is. Can he be rescued? Yes, if the proper medicine is applied. That is my comment as far as whether PDP will cease to exist. Led by Senator Saraki.
And to the court, the Kano State High Court has dismissed a motion filed by the National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, challenging the court's jurisdiction to hear an 11-count corruption charge brought against him and 7 others. Justice Amina Adamu-Aliyu, who presided over the matter, ruled that the preliminary objections raised by Ganduje, who is a former governor of Kano, and his co-defendants were incompetent and lacked merit. Justice Aliyu affirmed the court's jurisdiction to hear the charges, which include allegations of bribery, conspiracy, misappropriation, and diversion of public funds amounting to billions. She also emphasized that the trial would proceed even in the absence of Ganduje and the 6 other defendants. She also summoned the 6th defendant, Lamarche Properties Limited, and adjourned the case to July 30 and 31 for hearing. And the Federal High Court in Abuja has fixed June 27 to deliver judgment on the suit filed by the suspended Kogi Central lawmaker, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, challenging her suspension. The embattled lawmaker had approached the court to challenge her suspension by the Senate, led by Godswill Akpabio, over allegations of misconduct. In her motion, she joined the National Assembly, the Senate, the President of the Senate, and the Chairman of the Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges, and Code of Conduct, Senator Neda Imaswem, as a defendant. When the suit was called, counsel for the plaintiff, Jibrin Okutepa, told the court that they had filed all the documents to be relied on in the matter in line with the directive of the court. Counsel for the Senate, Paul Daudu, and that of the Senate President, Ekwo Ejembe, both alleged that the lawmaker disobeyed the order of the court when she, on March 27, posted a satirical letter of apology to the Senate President on her Facebook page and published it in some national television. You're watching News at 7 on Western Spring Television. Still to come, 3 Kebbi senators defect from PDP to the ruling APC. We'll bring you on these when we return. Stay with us.
Damosi Adegoke Adelabu was a prominent figure in Ibadan politics and Western region before Nigeria's independence. He was a key founder of the National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroons, a political party that held lofty the torch of liberty for the 2 West African countries. He carved a niche for himself as a wordsmith and a creative speaker. The nickname Kwenkelemens was a natively corrupted version of peculiar mess, his bombastic English language style often used to score proceedings at the parliament. The author of Africa in Ebullition, a handbook of freedom for Nigerian nationalists, was Nigeria's Federal Minister of Natural Resources and Social Services between 1955 and 1956. He died in an auto crash on the 25th March 1958 at the age of 42. Western Spring Television identifies Adegoke Adelabu as a watershed character in history.
You're welcome back. This is the News at 7 on Western Spring Television. A reminder of our headlines. Senate asks military to redeploy personnel, equipment to Borno, Yobe State following resurgence of Boko Haram attacks. The House of Representatives have rejected constitutional amendment bill seeking to rotate the office of the president. Court dismissed Ganduje suit challenging court's jurisdiction to hear corruption case against him. And on the foreign scene, U.S. President Donald Trump says he plans to lift sanctions on Syria. The 3 senators from Kebbi State on Tuesday officially defected from the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, to the All Progressives Congress, the APC, on the floor of the Senate. Senators Adamu Aliero, Yahya Abdullahi, and Garuba Medoki are the latest lawmakers to dump the PDP for the APC, following a wave of defections that has hit the party. The defection of the lawmakers brings the number of senators on the platform of the APC in the 10th Senate to 68, while the PDP drops to 30 from 33. Other political parties represented include the Labour Party with 5 senators, the Social Democratic Party with 2, while the New Nigerian People's Party and the All Progressives Grand Alliance have 1 senator each.
Let me, on behalf of the Senate, congratulate
Senator Adamu Alero, Samsiha Abdullahi, and Senator Gabra Musa Midoki for rejoining the party they co-formed with other Nigerians. It's homecoming. Welcome and congratulations. Let me also, on behalf of the Senate, congratulate the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for this very, very big gain by the ruling party. Also congratulate the party chairman, the national chairman of the party, for this gain. Of course, himself and the president have been working hard, and we've seen the results of the number of people coming to the party, governors, senators, House of members. This just cannot happen without hard work. It shows that they are really doing very well, working very hard, and the government as well is working very hard. Of course, it's a testimony of the work the government is doing, because people are attracted because of the performance of the government. Is very, very obvious.
On the foreign scene, U.S. President Donald Trump says he plans to lift sanctions on Syria following talks with Mohammed bin Salman and Turkish leader